Now we'll talk about how to assign values to variables. Okay, so each variable has, that a variable is like a cup, and it has a name, it has a value, right? Now, how do you assign the value to a variable? Okay, so what happens is there are multiple ways of doing that. uh, right now we will talk about two of the general forms. There is a third form. There is a third form we'll talk about later in the slide. There are other forms as well, but that would be covered later in the course. But let's talk about the first general form of assigning a value to a variable. Okay, so in these set of Python statements, okay, what we do is we create variables and assign the values to them, right? So the first time you say age equals 23, what the computer does for you, or what Python does for you, is it picks up a cup from the shelf, picks up a cup, right? Names the cup age and pours the value 23 inside the cup. Okay. So the general form is you have a variable, and then you have an equal to, and then you have a literal. Okay. Variable equal to literal. And this is called assignment. Okay. This is called an assignment because you assign the value of that literal to that variable, right? So instead of using 23, right, you can just use age, right? So let's say you want to subtract or you want to add 1 to the age. So you could do 23 plus 1, or you could say age plus 1, right? Both evaluate to the same thing. Okay, both evaluate to 24. Okay, so anywhere where you could have used 23, now you can use age because the value of age is now 23, and you can refer to that value by the name of the variable, which is age. Okay. In the next example, we have price equals 4.99. So what happens here is, again, price is the name of the variable. 4.99 is the literal. Why? Because its value does not change, right? So this is the literal. The price is the variable, and then there is an equal to sign, right? So the general formula is variable equals literal. That's how you store the value of a literal inside the variable. Okay. In the third example, we have name equals Jack. Again, Jack is a literal. Okay, Jack is a literal. The name, the value of Jack does not change. Okay, it stays the same. Name is the variable, and you have an equal to in the middle, right? So that's the first way of assigning values to variables. The second method is variable 1 equals variable 2, in which the variable two's value is stored into variables 1, or rather it's copied. Okay, it's copied. So in this example, we say price equals 4.99. So when you say price equals 4.99, uh, Python creates a new variable for you. So price is a new variable. Okay, its name is price, and its value is 4.99. Okay, so you have a cup, it's called price, and you store 4.99 inside this cup, right? In the next statement, you say, by the way, this is the first form, right? This is the variable equals literal form of assigning values. Okay. In the next statement right here, what we say is cost equals price. What happens in this statement is you are telling Python to create another variable, right? So Python takes another cup from the shelf, and then you tell Python to name the variable cost, right? Name the variable cost. So Python names it cost. And then you say, you know what? Cost will have the same value as price. So the value of price is copied into cost. So cost will also have 4.99. Okay. Cost is a different cup, by the way. So cost also has 4.99, right? Cost is a different cup. So if the price goes up, let's say to 5.99, that does not change the value of the cost. It still remains 4.99. Okay. So cost gets a copy, gets uh, gets a copy of the value in variable price. Okay, so that's the second form of assigning a value to a variable. So you can assign a value to a variable from another variable. Okay, and that assignment copies the data from variable 2 to variable 1. Okay, the third type, or the third way of assigning a value to a variable, is using the variable equals expression. Okay? Variables equals expression. So the expression is evaluated first. The expression is evaluated, right? And that value is stored inside this variable. Okay. So more on this later. We'll continue discussion on expressions later in this module. But for now, these three are the forms that we will use to store or to change the value inside a variable.